What's up guys? I'm not entirely sure when you'll be seeing this video, but I just got home for Christmas break. It's currently December 18th. Just had my last final exam today. Done with school, done with the first semester at least. Have about a month off, so I'm gonna be filming a lot of videos, racking these up, throwing them on my hard drive and bringing them back to school and slowly editing them when I have time. Not sure if you guys can see it, but we got some winter flurries coming down and got the Jeep behind me with a soft top currently on it, which really isn't great for the winter. It's cold, it honestly leaks, it's just not a very great setup, and it sags and bows in. So I hopped on Craigslist like a week ago when I was at school. Hey, let's see if there's any hard tops for the Jeep. And actually just less than 10 minutes down the road from my house, there was one listed for $1,000. Looks like it was in pretty good shape. Messaged the guy, told him if the condition was as advertised, I'd be willing to pay the full asking price. He told me that it was slightly repaired due to some stress cracks. Went down to the ATM, pulled out $900, and that was all I was gonna be spending on this top. So here we are, and I was able to secure this puppy for $900. I'm really happy with it. It's actually in phenomenal shape, and if I show you guys here, you're obviously not even gonna spot this just with the naked eye. I have to point it out. I wouldn't have even noticed it, to be honest. However, the seller was transparent with me, which I totally appreciate him being honest about. But the previous owner of this hardtop lifted it up from this point here as well as the rear. Now, I wasn't even aware of this, but I'm sure many of you avid Jeep owners know you're not supposed to lift up the hardtop from the front here, because obviously when you lift it from this point, you're putting all the stress right here. And this is actually where it was repaired. Whoever did it did a really good job, because you can hardly even notice. Try to catch it in the light. You can see right there, there's a little imperfection, but whoever did it did a really good job. Not gonna notice it once it's on the Jeep, especially with this big lift. And this is definitely an unorthodox method of transportation for a hardtop, but just took 2 moving blankets. This is a 4x8 trailer. Put the moving blankets down here, and we rested the top right down on top of the trailer. Fit perfectly, all the weights being distributed across the hardtop, and then we just ran a strap all the way around the back, securing it like so. I only had to drive, as I said, less than 10 minutes, so really wasn't a big deal. I would not suggest doing this on the highway because the thing could parachute off the back of your trailer. But we made it back to the JD Cars HQ, which is all I can ask for. I'm really stoked with the deal I got on this top, and I'm really excited to see what it looks like on the Jeep here, because to be honest, the soft top looks a little bit wimpy. I'm really not a huge fan of it, and I'm really excited to have the capabilities of installing roof racks and other roof accessories, because as you guys know, with the soft top, you really can't install much at all that I'm aware of. So this is gonna open up a whole new world of possibilities. Ski racks, snowboard racks, surfboard racks. It's gonna be pretty sweet. So I have to get this top unloaded, detach the trailer. I have to grab some wheels out of the garage and run them to a shop that the BMW is currently at, and I have to do that before they close at 5 o'clock. It is currently 4:15, so I gotta run. I'm gonna get this thing unloaded, check in with you guys then. All right, back from dropping off those wheels, got the top unloaded off the trailer, got the freedom panels unloaded from the Jeep, as well as miscellaneous hardware. Got to pull Dad's 550 out of the garage here. As always, just got to give you guys a shot of this thing. It's just an absolute beast. So pull this thing out, bring the Jeep in here, and my young brother Teddy is gonna give me a hand installing the new hardtop. Well guys, as you can see in those shots there, the Jeep is looking a lot meaner now with the hardtop. It really gives it a much more robust and substantial look to it, opposed to the soft top, which is actually a little bit more compact. Also has those bows in it, just because the roof kind of caves in a little with the weight of the snow. So honestly, I think the hardtop looks a lot better, especially with the tinted rear privacy glass. Darkens it up a bit. I'm definitely gonna have to get the remainder of the windows tinted. I might even do it myself just because they're really straight, flat glass. Shouldn't be hard at all. Now, the reason I pounced on this deal is because of the handful of advantages of having a hardtop. First off, security. We can actually fully lock the Jeep now. People can't just unzip it and get into the Jeep. Secondly, it's a lot warmer. Third, a lot quieter in terms of wind noise and whatnot. Fourth, a lot more durable, absolutely a lot more durable in terms of off-roading and branches hitting things, snow piling up on top and weighing down on it, which leads me to my next point of it doesn't leak. Now, not everyone's soft top leaks. I'm sure it's less than half people actually experience leaking, but we experienced quite a bit of leaking on the passenger side there. I'll actually show you. There's a gap that was forming consistently right up here, regardless of how well we installed the top. Every time there's a little gap right there. You could actually see it while driving, and of course when we park it and there's any sort of precipitation that comes down this side, it would leak in and just come down the side of the door or drip down. We actually had a puddle of water, like an inch of water in the passenger footwell there, so obviously not ideal. And then something I hadn't even considered until actually using the Jeep, sound quality has improved immensely. I do have the optional sub in the trunk of this Jeep that came with it from the factory, but the sound resonates so much better with the hardtop on. Obviously, taking the top off in the summer, you have to sacrifice sound, and everyone realizes that. But there is a very noticeable difference in sound quality between the soft top and the hardtop, and I'm really happy with that. Now, what else? I mean, yes, another huge benefit, we now have the rails to mount up roof racks. The rear window is substantially easier to open. All you do, just gonna open up the tire carrier, if you have one, open up the rear door, and boom, gas lift arms. So way easier than messing around and fussing with those zippers that can corrode and you have to roll the thing up. So way easier dealing with this. Just close her right up. And here's a closer look at that privacy glass. It's pretty dark. It's probably like, I don't know, 25% if I had to guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably something like 20%, so it's really dark. As you can see, just having that privacy glass in the back even darkens up the non-tinted rear windows just because there's less light back there. So once we tint the remaining 4 windows, gonna be looking really sweet. But yeah, it's just a much cleaner look overall. Looks so much better compared to the soft top, and it just keeps with the Jeep styling of having, you know, the boxy square look. And I was also astounded by just how light this hardtop is here. I knew they weren't that heavy, but the fiberglass they're made of and just how they're made, it's astounding how light the top is. The Freedom panels are pretty heavy for the size that they are, but they also give you really cool freedom opposed to the soft top. You just take off the front 2 panels, throw them in the back. I don't know. I'll probably get some travel bags, storage bags for the Freedom panels so that I can keep that in the trunk, pull all them off whenever I want, which is definitely another added benefit opposed to the soft top. Yes, you can peel the soft top back and just let it sit on the roof, but that's really not recommended for highway use because the whole thing can blow up and parachute, and it just also doesn't look great. So overall, I'm super stoked that I was able to pick this up locally here. 900 bucks. I'd say that was a really very fair deal. The one thing I didn't notice when buying it, and I would advise you guys to check it out before purchasing, and I didn't notice this because it was sitting on the ground in the snow, so I didn't know to look, but on the back edge here, there's very visible damage. And people have pointed it out to me. I'm like, yeah, I didn't notice. It's on both sides. There's a little bit on the corners here as well. Show you the other side. Really not terrible. I'm sure I can just get some touch-up paint and take care of that. Really cheap and easy to fix, but you know, something to look out for. I did very meticulously inspect all of the rubber seals because I really didn't want any more leaking, and it's holding up really well. So overall, really stoked. Got a really good deal locally. I'm excited to have the ability to add roof racks and other accessories to the Jeep now. I hope you guys like the new hardtop. If you do, please go smash that like button. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe for more Jeep content. I'll see you guys next time on JD Cars.